I've done this, I've shaved my head because I'm a Buddhist monk and have been for 5 years. And you might be wondering, how do you become a Buddhist monk? What brings you to that? It certainly was not a direct path. This is my fourth, I don't want to use the word reincarnation, but this is my fourth cycle of reinvention, if you will. And I started out in life as a telecom executive. That's how I got to know Ron. And I worked for a number of different telecom firms in the United States and Asia and Europe, and had a really nice, it was a very nice, interesting life. But that ended for me in 2001, and I got into real estate during the big boom in Southern California. Was a huge boom at that time, so I rode that wave for a little while, and had basically, it had kind of outrun its usefulness in my life, and it was a really, I don't want to go into much detail on it. It was just the kind of business that after a while you'd had enough of it, and I moved on and became an English teacher. And I moved to Hanoi in Vietnam, and for almost 2 years I taught at an Australian university, English of course, but I also taught courses in fundamental business foundation courses, marketing, management, stuff like that. And so I did that for almost 2 years, and fascinating place to, just in a culture that's developing like that, and to come from a very highly, at least economically advanced society. The juxtaposition was kind of interesting in my mind. And that's what I've always found fascinating, is being kind of parachuting into an environment or a place that's very different from the one I came from. So I did that for a couple of years, and I was there alone. My family was back in California. We maintained residences back in California, and it came to a point where, okay, the Hanoi thing was coming to an end, my contract was over, and I thought, how to come back to the United States, but have a life with some meaning in it. And I spoke to my now ex-wife and said, hey, look, the temple that we went to for a long time in a place called Bonsall, California, 25 miles north of San Diego, I knew the abbot from a long time ago. I had taught English there, and I had helped them out with different things during their founding phase. And I said, would he ordain me as a monk? Let me explore that avenue. And it worked out. He agreed to ordain me. He believed I had something to bring to the temple, and fundamentally what it was, he wanted an American monk there. They really wanted a Western face among their, all Asian group there. So I was at the time, and I'm still, the only non-Vietnamese, American monk for whom English is the first language. And so I help them out with a lot of language things, translating things. I teach some English to them too. I'm the private tutor there, but I also teach meditation classes and give Dharma talks a couple times a month. And so life is a bit austere, but meaningful, simple and meaningful. And I really appreciate the effort of being able to get these nice ingredients together and cook for other people. And that's one of the big things about Buddhism is we take an altruistic approach to things, and preparing a meal for someone else has deep significance in our practice. So this is a form of meditation. Before I became a monk, I visited this temple many times, right around the time of its creation, around 2001, 2002, and I had been living in Vietnam as a teacher for a while, and I had stayed in touch with my abbot. And when I came back, I decided that I wanted to be serious about my Buddhist studies and become a monk, and I asked the abbot if he would take me in and let me practice Buddhism here, and he accepted me.
Yeah. So how do you feel before and after become a monk?
Oh, it's a big change. It's a really big change. When we're out in the world working and dealing with problems day to day, it's very stressful.
Yeah.
It's very stressful. Life is very complex. Coming to the monastery and being a monk takes away all the pressure and stress of the day-to-day life. And when we come here, we're allowed to focus just on practicing Buddhism and trying to help other people understand themselves, to help them alleviate their suffering.
cũng thuộc một dàn nhà chung của tăng xá, nhưng căn phòng này có vẻ đỡ hơn so với các căn phòng khác của chư tăng Việt Nam. Được biết, quý thầy Thiền viện Đại Đăng đã ưu tiên những gì thuận lợi và tốt cho một người tu sĩ nước ngoài tu học tại một ngôi chùa của dân tộc Việt. Với góc sinh hoạt như thế này, chúng ta càng cảm kích hơn vì sự buông bỏ của các vị. Trong khó khăn mà tâm hồn vẫn luôn lạc quan, chí tu học vẫn không ngừng ngơi nghỉ. Ngày ngày, các vị vẫn không ngừng giúp đời, giúp người được an lạc bằng những hành động thiết thực thông qua giáo pháp của Đức Thế Tôn. Chúng tôi nghĩ nếu có được điều kiện hơn thì những việc Phật sự của chùa cũng sẽ được mở rộng hơn nữa. Quý thầy ở nơi đây cũng phát triển nhiều hơn sự học, sự tu và hạnh nguyện giúp đời của mình.